Page 11, Lavender's Blue. Here they're giving an example. It's not new. We've had sort of this kind of thing before. Of changing key signatures. It starts out with two sharps at the beginning, which is the key of G major. And if you look at the end of the second line, there's a double bars, and then there's a sharp sign and a natural sign. Now, the natural sign means they're taking a sharp sign away from the key signature. So if you look at the third line, you'll see there's only one sharp in the key signature. So we went into the key of G major. And that's how they do it. As far as the double bars go, you don't necessarily need those except for the fine. It should be a thin and thick bar line there, not two thin bar lines. A thin and thick bar line is the symbol for the end of a piece. And the fine tells you you're going to end it there eventually. You may not end it there the first time you get it, but sometime you're going to come back and end it there. So you can take a pencil and widen out that second bar line to make it a thick one. Generally, the double bar lines, it's like going into a new section. You're leaving one section, going into another. So it's like the first two lines is one section, and the second two lines is another section. Now we label the sections with letters, A, B, C, D, whatever. So the first section is A, the second section is B, and then the DC Alfini sends you back to the top. Well, that's A again. So the form is A, B, A, ternary, called ternary form, three-part form. If you're getting in and you want to analyze music and understand it, helps. Otherwise, it might help you in interpreting and understanding how it's put together and interpreting the piece. You see, when you go back and you do the A section again, because you're going to do it twice, it'd be nice to change something so you're not doing it exactly the same way again, and that's where interpretation comes in. We'll get to that later. Let's look this piece over. Looks like it's a page long. With the DC Alfini, it's going to be a little longer than that. Treble and bass clef, two sharps in the key signature to start, so we're in the key of D major. It goes into G major for the last two lines, okay. 3/4 time signature now, and I see quarter notes and eighth notes and dotted half notes. One hand at a time to make sure we understand what the hands are doing. Right hand, you're here to start. Remember, all the F's and C's are automatically going to be played sharp. So F sharps, C sharps. And we're here on 2 and 3 and 1 and just reach up. Just the hand comes up. Stay here. You're just reaching up. The thumb stays here. Because in the second line, you want that note again. And come back down. And then in the second line, you're here. And then third line, you just lift up and move. That's one way of doing it. We can do that. It's the end of a phrase. You can lift in it. However, if you'd rather not, because again, when I first finger something, I want to finger it connected if I can and find a fingering that works. Well, here, I can simply reach up to here, get the G here, and then second finger here, or a little finger, and then claps. So I don't have to lift up and move. I'm here, just 2, 5, and then clap. Same thing. Okay. And then at the end, the last line, you're ending it here. Then you want to come down here. Well, I don't want to do that. I don't want to go from the last measure to going back on the DC to the beginning. I don't want to go to here. I could. There's nothing wrong with it. I just don't like that doing it. So I'm going to adjust the fingering at the bottom a little bit so I don't have to. And that is for the... Let's start with, we'll do the last line. The whole last line, you're here. And then for the next to the last measure, in 4, I'm going to scrunch up and use 5. I'm going to change hand positions here. That way I'm ending it on second finger. Then when I go to the top, to the DC, I just reach down with the thumb. I'm there. And then clap. So I don't have to lift up and move. I can play the whole thing actually without even looking at the keyboard once you feel these distances and you know how far they are. But to me, that's a much better fingering than having to lift up and move. Now on the left hand, we're here in this position. And it's just dotted half notes. 1, 2, 3. In the third measure, it's a G. Okay. You're ending the second line here. They want you to come up here. Move. Nothing wrong with it. It's fine. But if you'll notice in the third line on the first two measures, they're repeated notes. I play it twice. I can change hand positions there. So I can do the first one with 2-1. This is the first measure, the third line. I do 2-1 and then 3-5. I can change here if I want to. So I'm hitting the second line there. I just reach up 2 and then change. Just thinking, what's the difference? You got to move either way. And the difference is, it depends on sort of what the other hand is doing. If I can figure out a way where I'm not moving the hands at the same time, see what they're suggesting you do with the hands together, they want you to move both hands together. Yuck, I don't want to do that. Well, I've already figured out, so I don't have to move the top hand. I'm not moving, I'm just reaching up here. So I'd only have to move the bottom hand and reaching up here. So I'm only moving one hand. But I can also do it this other way where I'm not moving either hand. I'm just here. And now I'm going to move the left hand. And the right hand is just playing the same note. So 2-5 or 2-1 and then 5-3. Then at the bottom here, to go back to the top, I've already fixed the top hand, so all I got to do is reach down. I don't have to move. Then all I have to do is move the bottom hand here. And in this case, I'll recommend go ahead and move the bottom hand down from here to here. But the top hand, I fixed it so I don't have to move it. So I'm only focusing on moving one hand, because what they want you to do is move both hands. Yuck! I would rather not do that. So I'm suggesting this other fingering. So you work it out, hands together, you get them working together, and you take out the hesitations. Look out so there's no hesitation, the hands are working together okay. And then we think about the articulation, and they don't give you any. So what we can do is we can put in the phrasing, because they don't give you any phrase marks either. However, we got words, so you can follow those the words for the phrases if you want. Lift up. It's like every 4 measures or so is a phrase. Just lift up, like taking a breath. Yeah, let's put in the phrasing. Then the dynamics, mezzo forte at the beginning, and that's the melody here. Left hand's in the background. Moderately loud, whatever you think it is. And then when you go to the third line, now you come down to moderately soft. MP, mezzo piano. That's the melody. Right hand. Left hand is soft or in the background. And again, you don't have to play it all at one level. It's like the first 2 lines are only one level. You can get a little louder and softer if you feel them, whatever. Then the speed, allegretto again, is kind of a fun speed. Whatever it feels like, 1, 2, but however, make sure those 8th notes are even. Don't go faster than what you can play evenly. As far as the interpretation goes, well, we already put in the phrasing. You can think about the natural accents. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Exaggerate it if you have to. Exaggerate it. 1, 2, 3. But really, you just want to feel it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. You imagine people dancing to it if you have to. Something so you can help you feel it. If you're feeling a little retardando at the end, go with it. The second, after you DC all feeding and all that, last die away a little bit, get a little softer. That's part of interpreting the music. If you feel it, go with it. Let's play it together slowly and check all the notes and the rhythms. Not going to do any dynamics. I'm going to play both hands about the same. I'll lift up for the phrasing at the end of each line, and we'll do the DCL phoenix. So I'll give us 3 counts. 1, ready, go. 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 3. 3. 1, 2, 3. 2 to the top. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3.